If you need to work a 9 to 5 to fuel your business, do it.
Meet Deborah Afia, Edmonton's most desirable personal trainer, serial entrepreneur, and community builder.
I feel like I was always the chubby girl. I remember going to the doctor and the doctor telling me at like 16, like, listen, you're very overweight for your age, blood pressure, diabetes, you need to do something about it now. So I would eat and would try to force myself to throw up. That was my wake-up call. God said, do it. So I did. I didn't know that Women with Emotion would grow to be what it is. I did not have anybody that sold out, not once, but twice. It's not easy to know that a little human looks up to you. It's so beautiful. I'm just a girl who's just chasing her dreams. Guess who's back again. Golda's back. Tell a friend.
Wow. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Golda Show, where we discuss all things business, entrepreneurship, and personal development.
Yes.
Today, I'm here with the one, the only, Deb. Okay? Entrepreneur, community builder, and she's a mother.
Period.
Okay, I am so excited to have Deb here. You guys do not even understand. This is going to be the best conversation ever.
Yes, I'm excited.
So Deb, tell us, who is Deb? Who is Deb?
That's a good question, and this question always stumps me. Okay, so who is Deb? Deb is a girl. I'm just a girl. But besides that, honestly, just as Golda mentioned, I'm a community builder. I'm a personal trainer. I'm a mother. I am very fun to be around. I'm a child of God. I am a believer. Jesus Christ is my Lord and personal Savior. Honestly, there's so much to me. We'd be sitting here for a very long time, but but honestly, I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl who's just chasing her dreams.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, I love that already. So tell us a little bit about your fitness journey. Why did you get into personal training? Yeah. And then we'll span into all the other things that you're doing right now.
Yeah. Okay. So the reason why I got into personal training, because I've had my own journey. Growing up, I would say I was active, but I feel like I was always the chubby girl. You know what I mean? Like I was always the chubby girl, but I've always been active, either playing basketball, dabbling a little bit in soccer, but I was always the chubby girl. And to be honest, growing up, I just wanted to do something about it. I remember going to the doctor and the doctor telling me literally at like 16, like, listen, you're very overweight for your age. And if you don't do something about it, seeing your family history, that blood pressure, diabetes, those things are very prominent in your family. You need to do something about it now. So I remember not knowing anything. And I started dabbling in different ways of trying to lose weight. And they were not healthy ways either. I remember at one point, an aunt of mine was doing Dr. Bernstein. I know y'all know about Dr. Bernstein. And of course, when she would go for her clinics, they give them shots like B12 and all that stuff because the diet is so crazy. You literally are eating nothing. I remember following her and doing that, and that was obviously not sustainable. I honestly tried almost everything to try to lose weight. I also did things that were very unhealthy. I would eat and would try to force myself to throw up. I would do almost anything and everything, and I got to a point where I realized like this is not the way to do it. There is definitely a much better way to do it, and I took my time. I learned how to eat properly, how to have an amazing relationship with food. I got myself a trainer, but at the time, honestly, I think I did a couple sessions with that trainer, and I realized that we just didn't connect. But then I reached out to a friend of mine who was fit. She was really into fitness, and she would work out with me, and we would work out with one another, and that's how the love of fitness and helping others, where that came from.
Wow, that's remarkable. So talk to us about the unhealthy eating pattern that you said you used to throw up, and how was that like? Because that's something that you don't normally hear.
Yeah, honestly, it was not fun. I honestly don't even know where I picked that up from. I think I probably saw it on TV somewhere. I was really a teenager, you know, and at the time when I was doing those things, it felt good in the moment, but it's so bad for you. I ended up developing, for a very short time, acid reflux. Wow. And honestly, I think that was my wake-up call. And then I remember like watching a YouTube video, and the person was talking about having positive relationships with food. And ever since then, my outlook on eating and eating healthy completely changed. So
now that you have that experience, when you are taking clients on, do you find yourself recognizing, okay, you may have an unhealthy eating pattern or relationship with food, and then are you able to steer them in the right direction?
Yes, absolutely. I'm able to identify that because I've had my own experience with that. You know, sometimes there's all of these myths that you hear. Oh, but I only eat once a day, and I don't understand why I'm gaining weight. That is the problem. Because you are only eating once a day, our bodies are like furnaces. You have to continually feed it in order for it to burn fat, or you know what I mean? So again, one of the things that I love to preach with my clients is having an amazing relationship with food. When you don't have an amazing relationship with food, that is when you struggle.
So
that's when you struggle.
Create that, then how do you develop that?
So I would, for example, when I'm creating meal guides or meal plans for my clients, I always like to have like a 5-meal guide. So that's breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner. And I often start off with like visuals. So I always like to tell my clients, rule of thumb, with like every meal that you have, try to fill your plates, at least half of it, with veggies, right? Then the other quarter of your plate, have whichever type of carb you want. And then the other quarter of your plate, you can put proteins, right? But again, as you change and as your goals change, the way you eat also has to change. So that's when macro tracking comes in and things like that. Would I recommend macro tracking to somebody who's just starting out their fitness journey? Probably not. I would want you to understand what portion control looks like without weighing it.
Okay, so it's essentially based off of your weight that you develop portion control sizes? Or?
No. So this is just something just to start off with, because just imagine someone who's been eating very unhealthy and then you put them on a macro focused type diet. You would be confused. You'd be like, what is 140 grams of protein? What does that even look like? Yeah. If you don't even know what portion control looks like, I feel like macro counting can kind of be a little confusing for someone who's just starting out. So I wouldn't recommend that as someone who, you know, who's just jumping in.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, so you started off with the food, understanding what's important and how to eat healthily, and then you moved into the fitness side. So you're lifting weights. So explain that journey, because that's a completely different.
Yes, it really is.
I see Pilates Princess.
Listen,
I do weightlifting for women.
Yes,
it's kind of hard. Where do we?
Okay, so I would say, even for myself, I've had a very interesting journey when it comes to my fitness. There was a point in time I was a cardio babe. You would see me on that treadmill for like 45, 50 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Stairmaster, 45, 50 minutes. But guess what? All my curves were gone. You become a stick. And I showed you the pictures, remember?
And you're a Ghana babe.
Listen, I'm a Ghana babe. We already don't got hips, right? But we got butt. We don't got hips though, because I don't have hips. But yeah, like there was a point in time cardio was my best friend. And then I realized that I reached a certain goal and I wanted to build some more muscle. So then I made strength a main focus of mine. So depending on what it is that you're trying to achieve, your body and your workout has to follow and go accordingly.
Okay, so start off with cardio maybe, or no?
I wouldn't say start off with cardio, but I would say, especially because again, I've been doing this for quite some time, and as I keep going, I learn a lot of things. So I would say, again, if your goal is fat loss, take up your cardio time. So say if you're normally doing 20 minutes, maybe do 30 minutes, right? And maybe switch it up, do it at the end of your workout, or you know, there is this huge debate about should I do cardio before or after. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. Just get it done. right? I know for myself, when I'm in the phase of cutting, I will literally have an active rest day. So that's just me, maybe walking on a treadmill, maybe doing some core. But if I'm in, honestly, I haven't really had a bulking phase because I'm big boned. I can't be doing bulking.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. The fault comes, huh?
So we just, it just depends on what your goal is ultimately. If your goal is to gain weight or to gain muscle or whatnot, maybe cardio should not be your best friend. Maybe just do 15 minutes to warm up. You know what I mean? 10 minutes at the end to kind of just cool down. But if your focus is weight loss, you may want to take up your cardio just a little bit.
Oh, okay. So you did personal boot camps. You've been doing that for quite some time.
I have been.
I saw videos of you doing it on Zoom. You had people running up the stairs.
Listen,
you were standing
literally
on Zoom like, go.
Literally just like this.
3. Explain that, and how did that even come about?
Oh my gosh, honestly, my Zoom bootcamp days were probably one of the best times of my life, because this was when the world was in distress. We had COVID, we had the lockdown, and of course my business is face to face. And now that is when I had to enter into the digital space of doing virtual training. Now that was, again, it was such a beautiful experience and a beautiful time because I got to connect with different women all across Canada. I think what made it so beautiful was it, one, challenged me as a trainer because a lot of people didn't have weights. Dumbbells were hot commodities like during the pandemic. I remember buying a 10-pound dumbbell for like $60.
What?
Do you remember? You don't remember when people were adding money?
Oh my God.
Yes, girl. It was tough, but honestly, it really challenged me as a personal trainer because I had to learn and get creative with how to train clients virtually. So as you saw, especially if you lived in a house, don't let me see that you have stairs because we are going up and down those stairs.
I saw.
We are going up and down those stairs. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But honestly, it was such a beautiful time. It was probably one of my favorite training times of all time. Yeah. Honestly.
And what were people saying based off of those experiences that was really touching to your heart?
Yeah, honestly, I think it was still having the ability to move. I feel like it was a time for people to reflect because people were dying because of COVID. Yeah. The fact that you were able to move your body, that's a blessing all in its own. And then again, in such a time like that, whereby, people were getting sick, the fact that you're able to move your body, again, it was such a blessing. So I was very thankful for that.
Oh, we only give thanks to God Almighty. So walk us through. First, you started personal training, then you transitioned into a brand creator.
Yes, ma'am.
Your own clothing brand, which she's wearing right now. I have it set. It's the truth. How did that even happen?
Again, it was birthed during the pandemic.
Really?
Be Elite was born in the pandemic. Just imagine, in the brick of a pandemic, all the gyms are closed, and I was still told to start this line.
Wow.
And I was like, God, are you sure? Because people are not going to the gym. So how are these ladies going to be able to wear this? God said, do it. So I did. Honestly, I was doing a lot of research on like vendors, suppliers, designs, way before I launched. Probably took me about 3 years to find the right person. It took me a while to find the right supplier, and I did. And I launched her. I launched Be Elite.
How did you even get the name?
Honestly, you want to know the answer?
Yeah.
In prayer.
Really?
I'm not even joking. I was at a prayer meeting.
In a prayer meeting?
I was in a prayer meeting.
And it's Be Elite.
Be Elite. So first of all, I was on this journey of trying to discover who I am. So I read a book called The Deborah Anointing.
Interesting.
And the first thing that I read was the meaning of Deborah means bee. It means queen bee. And if you study bees or queen bees, they're always the leaders of their hives. Yes, so that's where bee came from. And I honestly, I had several names, but Elite just came in prayer. Yeah, so Be Elite. Yeah.
And what was the reaction to, did you have a community, first of all, where you were initially? You were from Toronto. Did you have a good enough community before you launched your...
I did. So a lot of my sales for the first time came from the girls that I was training, their friends, church friends. It came from there. Yeah.
Now let's talk about support and foundation within the Toronto community.
Yeah.
Did you have a hard time when it came to starting off your... Not personal development, personal training?
I would say, no offense, Edmontonians, but Toronto will always be home for me. No. 416 all day, every day. 416. Yes. Toronto will always be home for me. The support was always there. I felt like whatever I threw at my community, they were so supportive. I mean, I sold out my first sets of Be Elite because of my community. My boot camps were because of my community. My training because of my community. So honestly, Toronto will always have a sweet spot for me.
Now you transition from Toronto to Edmonton. Hey,
780.
Very different vibes.
Yeah.
Toronto and Edmonton.
Very different.
And then you said, I want to create something here too. I want to transition. Talk to us about Women in Motion.
Yes.
Co-founder with... Everyone knows Women in Motion. The Pilates events. You guys just hit a year.
Yes, we did.
Tell us about Women in Motion.
So again, honestly, I've always been an advocate for women. So moving here, I didn't know that Women in Motion would grow to be what it is. Yeah. I mean, when I moved here, I didn't have any clients. I did not have anybody, no community, just my family. But even then, they're not into fitness, right? Your dad, come on.
They're ready to eat.
Literally. So how it started was I actually put an ad. Okay. Because I'm getting somewhere with this, okay? I actually put out an ad because I'm like, okay, I'm a trainer. Let me start, trying to get some clients. So I put out an ad because I wanted to do a class here. So I put on an ad, and the first person who responded to that ad was Jackie.
Was it actually?
It was Jackie.
So Jackie is her co-founder.
Yes.
For those who don't know. Was it actually Jackie?
It was Jackie. So Jackie responded. She was like, oh my gosh, I've been looking for a class like this, and I would love to join your class. Can I buy 4 tickets? And I remember jumping. Oh my gosh, this is my first ever client since moving here. And so we met in person. She came to my very first class, which was, I did something it was rhythm and bands. It was rhythm and bands, but I was doing it at a different gym. And she came out to that. And then that's how I got introduced to everyone else, Mary, Terry, everybody else. And then we kind of just left it like that, and then we kind of just went our separate ways type of thing. And then she kept coming to my classes. And then we connected on a personal level. And then I discovered that she also just had a baby. At the time I was pregnant, so she just had her son. And after giving birth, we reconnected because I was still training. So we reconnected again on a personal level. She's like, girl, you should come out to this spin class. And I was like, oh, I love spin. I used to do spin, And then we realized when we went to the spin class, the music was kind of whack.
Was it like the techno?
It was, my head was banging. But it was a good workout. Okay. And I turned to her and I was just like, just imagine if we had a spin class or a class like this, but with our type of music. She said, you're onto something. And I was like, you know what? Why don't we inquire how much it is to rent it for a private booking? And she's like, you know what? You're right. So we went, we did. They told us the price. We're like, you know what? Why don't we just do a private event? And she's like, you're onto something. I think that's a good idea. So we're like, you know what? We're going to do a private event. But then we found out that this new studio in Edmonton opened up and it was beautiful. We're like, you know what? Instead of doing spin, let's do Pilates. Because Pilates is that girl right now.
Yeah, it was hot.
Yeah, it was hot. And me and Jackie, we are very business minded. So we're like, let's go take a look at the space. The space was beautiful. We booked it. That was the first swim event.
And it sold out.
And it sold out not once, but twice.
Double whammy.
Double whammy.
It was such a good event.
And it was an R&B Pilates, remember?
Yeah. It was really good. I actually had a TBT on my phone just recently.
Yeah, literally.
Gosh, this is Women in Motion.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so that's how that started.
And look at you guys now.
Look at us
collaborations with Lululemon. Name the collaborations. Go ahead.
So we got Lulu, Under Armour, Wake Water, Guru Energy, Calore Beauty, Africa Center, Ovive Clinic, Hydra Wellness. Honestly, I feel like I'm missing so many. Tennis Canada, because it also birthed Black Girls in Tennis.
Wow.
Tennis Manitoba, because we branched off in Winnipeg. Honestly, I can't really say on the top of my head, but yeah, we got a lot.
Yeah. Sorry, it's a little flex.
We got a lot. We got a lot.
Coming towards these brand collaborations in the first place.
To be honest, just sending them a message, and then some people approached us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the easiest way, and also showcasing what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
So people are like,
I gotta get a piece of that.
Girls are doing something in Edmonton. So you guys are franchising now, essentially.
Essentially, I mean. Yeah, we're in Winnipeg, Calgary. Calgary's got an event this month. 2026, we do have a couple of cities in mind. I'm just laughing.
You can't share it with us?
I mean...
Did you get like a letter?
Okay. All I gotta say is, okay, so when you think of this city, you think of a bluebird.
Okay, I know what it is.
There you go.
I think, right?
And then the second city... There's a whole lot of water.
Okay, I think I know.
To the far east.
Hey, I'm not really good with the coordinates, but I think I know. I think I know what you're talking. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we got some things. Okay, so y'all look out for that.
I am so excited.
Yeah.
So you have different people in each.
I mean, that's the goal. To be honest, our goal is to plant, and then somebody else waters.
Okay.
Right. So, so if you're interested in having Women in Motion in your city, let us know. Because essentially we would like to train everybody to like essentially be like us.
Okay.
Right? Have the same type of method. Again, it's all about women empowerment and just creating a space for us women who don't feel welcomed in certain spaces, right? So
have you ever felt unwelcomed in certain spaces?
Absolutely.
How did you feel during those moments?
Because I like to compare my anger to Peter, like in the Bible, like I will just cut you off, right? So I've had moments where I'm like, okay, did she really just do that? Like I will get up and leave. Okay. And I just feel like fitness and wellness should be a space where every woman should feel comfortable when she comes. Why do I feel like this is only for a certain demographic, if you get what I mean, right? I should feel like I come here and I feel comfortable. You know, so yeah.
Yeah, and I've even seen Pilates. There's been like a huge debate on that.
Yeah.
And how people are trying to make it almost like a classes thing. Where only a certain demographic of people can go, certain weights can go. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, that whole debate, honestly, when I seen that, I was like, clearly the ones who started it, you guys don't know your history. Because Pilates was actually formed in jail.
Tell me about it.
It is a prison sport. So for y'all who are saying that it belongs to you know who of a certain class, you clearly don't know your history, and you need to go back and read your books. Right? So, I mean, if you want to claim that sport, you can go ahead, baby girl, because we don't necessarily really need it like that. It's just that it's just that girl, and from a business standpoint, we gon' patronize it, right?
Oh my gosh.
But do your history.
Yeah.
Do your history before you start creating unnecessary arguments.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was actually very shocked because there was a lot of women who, were trying to do it to lose weight or to try because they just enjoyed it.
That's it.
And the fact that there was like a circle around, oh, this is the club, you can't get in. I was appalled. I was truthfully appalled. But it's amazing that you have spaces like Women in Motion.
Yeah.
I love your events. Your events are good. They have like photo booths. You can
Period.
the videographers.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so if somebody wanted to create like a community wellness brand like you guys are doing right now, what is one thing you would say to them? Because it's not easy building a community.
No. There are moments where we're just like, are you sure? Like, are we sure this is what we want to do? So I would say my biggest advice for you is do your research, because we've had moments as well where we've maybe dropped an event and we thought it was going to be a hit and it wasn't.
Really?
Oh yeah. You guys don't see the struggles sometimes. You guys see it.
I just see the sold out. Oh my gosh, 4 tickets. That's all I see.
No, girl, sometimes,
Some people don't want to come to certain events.
Oh yeah, there's some events that do much better than others.
Okay.
Like I laughed about it with Jackie the other day, and I'm like, do you remember when we dropped spin tickets for Calgary and no one signed up? She was like, yeah, and that's why we canceled it, because nobody signed up for it.
Is it okay? What is it about spin? What have you heard about spin?
The thing is that spin was once that girl.
Okay.
She was once that girl before Pilates. Okay. But I feel like if you don't have the stamina for it, you won't enjoy it. Honestly, I enjoy spin. I love spin.
You have the stamina.
And even just beyond that, though, you know, I like cardio, so I enjoyed spin. But some people don't really like spin, and we learned the hard way.
I mean, it is a lot of work, honestly.
It was fun, though.
It's a lot of work. The music is fun, but I think it's the pacing as well.
Yeah.
It's the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and boom, boom, boom.
And then I also find that some people's maybe like their ideologies of spin is probably very different, because she can be that girl. She can be cute too, right? But
that's interesting. So what kind of struggles have you guys been encountering as you're building this community brand? Because you said spin. I never knew.
Yeah,
I thought
girl.
everything was selling out.
No, honestly, sometimes there are times because people forget that we're also moms too. So we do everything ourselves. We do the admin, we do the social media, we do our videos, we do everything. Everything is all us. So there are times where we need to push, and it's like sometimes we're just very tired. So we are trying to expand in that area. But yeah, I would say sometimes with sales, it can be tough, especially when it's something that people maybe are not interested in. I find that Pilates or mat Pilates, or if we add like a very cute theme to it, people are more inclined to want to be there. So yeah.
Inform people. Okay, so you mentioned that you guys are just doing it by yourself. So for people wanting to for people who want to be a part of your team, what are some qualifications that you're looking at?
Yeah, so definitely being a team player, being a leader, being, I would say, women, like being an advocate for women, because at the end of the day, like for our WIM events, we don't know what people are going through, but you know, when some people come, it's like they can forget about all their worries, you know, once they step into the event. So I would say obviously being organized, you got to be organized, creative, because we think of all of our events all by ourselves. And I would say just having a great personality and great character. If you are not welcoming, if you have an attitude, WIM is not for you. Being a part of the WIM team, it is not for you, because despite whatever is going on in your personal life, you cannot bring that into the community or bring that into an event. So you need to be able to separate that. Yeah.
Okay, so for you as well, you guys just introduced step classes. First you had rhythm and band.
Yes, I did.
Now there's step classes.
Now there's step.
I saw you did. So you did that in Toronto and you brought it to Edmonton. Okay,
I sure did.
What has the feedback been?
No, honestly, people love it, and I knew people would like it because step is very different. Step is fun. Step is, I mean, people say, oh, you got to be coordinated. You don't really necessarily need to be coordinated because you're being taught the movements, but step is fun. Step is that girl, and I hope she remains that girl.
I love step. It looks, I haven't done it. I think it's the fear. Honestly.
Don't be scared.
It looks intense.
I mean, it looks like it, but it's really not.
Yeah, but Deb's like, if you've been to Deb's rhythm and bands class, okay, she's like, what number? What number? 3. And I'm like, 4, 5. Oh my goodness, but it's phenomenal. You've done such an amazing job with
Thank you.
your personal training. Now let's talk about motherhood, the core.
Yes, the
You're
core.
recently a mom.
Yes, I am.
With your baby girl.
Yes.
Explain how that's been like. Motherhood's intense.
Honestly, it is beautiful. I always joke and say it's one of the most ghettoest but most beautiful hood that you could ever be a part of. Honestly, to be a part of one of God's most beautiful miracles, to be able to carry a child, honestly, I would never change it for anything. It's not easy. Like, I'm not going to be up here and say it is so easy. It's not, honestly, but to know that a little human looks up to you, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, like so beautiful.
And what kind of lessons do you want to teach your daughter? Because you've been through a lot with the eating, the eating problems, and you know, being a chubby kid.
What I will instill and what I have started instilling in her is telling her that she's beautiful, letting her know that she's loved, letting her know that nobody can tell you about yourself because you are amazing. I literally speak into her, you know, I tell her she's amazing. You will be the head and never the tail. You will always rise above and never beneath. And I always just let her know like about her name, because you know her name means God is my light. And I let her know that you, everywhere that you will walk, every room that you'll walk into, you will be the light.
Oh my God.
So yeah.
Where do you think you want her to end up in life?
To be honest, I want her to be great in whatever it is that she wants to do, but of course, please legal. But you know, and you know, like having a good career.
Yeah.
Like no parent wants their kids to be a bum. You know, like I want her to be the best at what she wants to do. Well, that's obviously good, right? So she tells me, Mom, I want to be an amazing photographer. I'd be like, baby girl, you go and do that and be very good at it. You know what I mean?
Perspective for most.
Yeah, like
parents, okay.
I'm not gonna force you to go be an engineer or a doctor or a lawyer. There are people that make more than doctors and lawyers and can do very well in whichever area they want to excel in.
Yeah.
So
those are some principles that you're not forcing upon.
No.
So what principles are you gonna be bringing in from your Ghanaian upbringing?
Put God in everything that you do. That one is for sure. When you put your mind to something, finish it. You know what I mean? Work hard, be a hard worker, be kind to everybody. And yeah, don't let anyone push you around.
So you're gonna teach her basically how to use her discernment.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's talk about the challenges of being a business owner and managing your mental health and the stresses, because that is a whole different ballgame.
Oh yeah.
And I think a lot of people overlook it because you're kind of, this culture that we have right now is more so driven on get up, grind, work, don't take no rest.
Yeah.
No play. What is your perspective on that, and how are you dealing with it?
Take that rest. Take that vacation. Do what you need to do, because you only got one of this. You only got one life. You only got one shot to make it right. Well, multiple shots, but you get what I mean, like in terms of how you do things, right? I honestly am a strong and firm believer in, if you need to work a regular 9 to 5, hear me very, very closely. If you need to work a 9 to 5 to fuel your business, do it. Please do not have these unrealistic goals that these Instagram people that will go rent a Lamborghini and then come and tell you that they quit their 9 to 5. Meanwhile, it's a rented car. They're probably sleeping in their mother's house, right? And they're telling you all types of, don't listen to them. Please do not quit that job until your business can pay for your personal life. Your actual business can take care of all of your needs, and then you can quit and do whatever you need to do. Not in the beginning stages of your life, of your business, is when you're going to go tell your boss, I'm finished, I quit.
Just like that. Use
wisdom. That's what I have to say. Use wisdom when it comes to that.
So how do you balance your mental health with all of it?
I take therapy.
Yeah?
I am a therapy promoter. I will promote therapy. Yeah, absolutely.
Why do you think it's not discussed within our culture as much?
I feel like it's because we're always told that you're going to be okay, or go pray about it. Yes, prayer is great. Prayer is very key. But you need to also implement practical aspects of it. You know what I mean? Like, go and have a conversation with a therapist to talk about past traumas, because some of these things, they play out in your life later. right? So I feel like having a conversation with a certified therapist is really helpful.
So you utilize the Bible, but as well as practicality. As well.
Always.
So
I will always
Christians-
preach that.
Okay, so for Christians that are kind of just in the limbo of things, they don't really know where to go in terms of their faith, but also they want to start a business. Because everyone talks about the voice of God. The voice of God. And I've always found it so interesting to hear different people's perspective on what that actually looks like. So how do you really, if you're starting from scratch, you're confused, you're in the limbo, you're in the middle, you don't know where to go, how do you really find that voice of God to give you direction that you're looking for?
Yes. So I would say, so for me, how I realize, okay, like this is what I'm supposed to do is, it obviously aligns with what I do, right? Just imagine I'm here, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to start a business. And I'm like, someone asks, oh, so what would you like to do? Oh yeah, I'm going to go do nails. Mind you, I don't do nails. I do my actual nail. It's random, right? So you have to think about, okay, so what am I good at?
Okay.
What do I actually like? Or like, what do I see? Because business is filling in a gap, right? You as a business, what problem are you solving? Okay. That's how you think about it, right? So obviously practicality. You're like, okay, God, this is what I want to do. That you pray about it. I say that the voice of God is sometimes the stillness, or you feeling like, okay, this is it. If you feel like you're uneasy about something, then you shouldn't do it.
Really?
Yeah.
So so people do say do things when you're scared. So that kind of goes against what you're saying, because you're essentially saying when everything is still, act.
Okay.
When you're scared.
So what I mean by that is, okay, so for example, with Women in Motion, I will use, right? When we were about to drop it, or when we were going to do it, I didn't have not 1 ounce of fear. Because why? It aligns with what I'm already doing. Okay. So now I'm just adding the aspect of, I'm just putting myself as like now I'm an events coordinator, but for fitness and wellness. Okay. It's just like me being an events coordinator for like concerts. I don't know. I've never been to it's like, it's so random. It's very random. But if it aligns with what you're doing, honestly, even if there is a level of fear, it's probably like, like what will people think? Or I say, evaluate what your fear is coming from. Like, why are you fearful? Are you afraid of what people will think? Are you afraid of what people will say? Like, what are you scared about? Like, I feel like that's what I would pick apart. Like, what am I really scared about?
Okay, so it's not essentially the fear that is not in alignment with you, but it's more so the fear of everyone else.
Because if you're really deep, when people are scared to launch a business, ask them why. They're like, oh, but I don't know. Like, what will people think?
And that's the interesting.
Like, do you get what I mean?
So it's not the fear.
It's not the fear of actually doing it. Or where will the money come from? Because I'm telling you, if someone said to you today, Golda, I'm going to give you 20K to launch your business, what are you going to say after that? Okay. Especially if your fear was money, right? If they're giving you the money, what else are you scared of?
Interesting.
Do you get?
I get. I'm even letting it settle in my brain. No, that's actually very interesting, because a lot of people are like, I'm scared.
I'm scared. But what are you scared of?
What are you actually scared of? Because it's not the idea.
No, it's not.
The voice
it's
of
never.
God comes in stillness.
I feel like, yes, the voice of God comes in stillness. There's a calm to it. You get what I mean? And if you study the Bible, you'll understand the characteristics of God, and those are one of the characteristics.
So what principles are you using in your business that are in alignment with
tithing?
Really?
Tithing 10%.
Okay. Explain that.
So the Bible instructs us to give every 10th, right? So I find that it opens the financial gates for my business, because the reason why I'm saying this is because one time I didn't tithe, and I felt it.
Really?
I really felt it. I really believe in that principle. I really, really do. Yeah.
Okay. It's
I really do.
Kind of like what everyone says about give.
It's the same, the same type of aspect. And to be fair, I also believe in giving my 10th to not only the church, but to giving back to the poor too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Deb. Wow. First of all,
My darling.
It's been so phenomenal.
Yes, girl.
To hear you talk and to
Thank
speak,
you.
you are such an inspirational person.
Thank you so much.
So, I just want to end off on a high note for
Yes.
anyone who's looking up to you, even your daughter. What is something that you would say to them as they're venturing off into finding themselves?
I would say, don't stop whatever it is that God has placed in your heart. I would say chase after it until you have it. And when you have it, protect it. Don't just let it go. I would say never give up on your dreams. Keep going despite what anyone ever tells you. And sky is the limit. There's no limitations. There's no limitations. Yeah. And of course, yeah.
Amazing! Well, thank you guys so much for joining me.
Yeah.
And the amazing Deb.
Thank
For this amazing conversation. You can follow Deb on.
It's .Debbie. So DEBBEE.
Okay. And then you can follow her for Women in Motion as well.
Yes.
Her co-founder Jackie to follow for all of the things good. when it
Yes.
comes to WIM. I'm so
Yes, yes,
excited
yes.
for it. Bye guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye.